Welcome to Winter Yin class. My name is Roseanne and I'll be your guide today. So if you'd like, you don't need to have props. Some people don't use them for their yin practice, but if you do, have two folded rectangularly folded blankets. This will be handy for frog for the inseams of the legs if you have knee sensitivities or you like to prop your hip in deer. Have a strap, TheraBand, whatever you have, scarf will work for the hamstring lengthener. And either a bigger pillow, it's a little higher, or bolster, and perhaps one or two extra smaller pillows. So once you have all of your equipment, we'll begin with a little bit of warming. So start on your hands and knees. Press through the hands here and allow just the chest to sink between the hands and press away. Sink and press just a few times. Short little warming before the yin. Let's do 3 more. 2. Last one. Press away. Then come to neutral and round the spine and arch. Round and arch. If you like this, is unite movement with breath. Return to your neutral tabletop and take that right leg back behind you, nice and long. And then draw it in as you round through the spine. Extend that leg, come to neutral curves, and then draw in and round. Inhale to extend. Exhale to curl. One more like this. And allow that knee to draw through. Allow the shin to come down and slide that left leg long so we land in up swan today. Take a peek and see if that back leg is nice and long. In up swan, we normally stay upright. You could always change it into a sleeping swan if you prefer and come down. Or for up swan, maybe you'd even like, depending on the length of your arms, maybe you'd like a bolster to help keep you upright, as long as there's not too much arch in the back. For me, with my long arms, I'll use no bolster. And we'll stay here for several minutes. Despite being upright, where can you soften? Perhaps in the hips. This variation will get more into the groins. We'll have something for the glutes a little bit later. You need a point of focus. Perhaps bring your gaze to the center of your forehead, eyes open or closed. Keep the body, most of the body in stillness, but an option to move through the neck, maybe to allow the chin to drop toward the chest, and perhaps 10-degree lift the gaze once more. Lift through the head. Continue this small nod of the head up and down. Broaden across the clavicles here. Open across the shoulders. Just a few more times. Inhale. Maybe stick with the tongue as you return the head to center. And pause in stillness. Notice if your experience has changed. And then scooch that back leg in a little. So tuck the toes, we draw the knee in just slightly, just enough so that you can take that right shin and take it out from underneath the thigh and then roll onto that right hip. So you can sit right on it if you'd like for deer and play with the shins. The front shin could be in alignment with the knee. It could be tucked closer into the body. Same thing with the back leg. Play a little here. And if this is uncomfortable, just explore the lean. But if it's uncomfortable, this blanket or one of the blankets at any height could come underneath the hips. And then maybe lean forward. And this is where those bolsters or pillows could come in handy, one or both. Forearms might be able to come down to find a little more ease in this cozy yin practice. Choose to have the gaze down or the head turned to this one side. Just make sure to once in a while turn it to the opposite side. You breathe a little more deeply into those hips. Take a deep inhale and exhale. Inhale to the back of the heart. And a final exhale. As you slowly press your way up, if you were lowered into those pillows, and sit upright and stay for a moment. And slow down the transitions, just as important as the postures themselves. And now you can move any bolsters you might have in front of you just slightly further afield. Hands can come behind the body to slide that left leg in front of you. And windshield washer the legs if it calls to you. Or just stay in stillness. This is your practice. Natural to sometimes feel a little achy. Just notice if that's occurred for you. And then sweep those legs in behind you, come into tabletop. Move any props you might have. Perhaps that blanket goes over to the left side if you used it. That way it'll be ready. Back into hands and knees. And this time round to the spine and barrel rolls here, as if you're tracing the inside of a barrel with your pelvis. Reverse directions. Exploring the body. And then come back to neutral and lengthen that left leg out. Press through the hands, inhale, and exhale to draw it in as you flex the spine. Extend the leg, neutral spine. Inhale, and exhale to hug that knee in and round. Continue like this. Around 3 more. 2. Last one, lengthen. And then draw in that left shin until thigh meets shin. Extend back leg. Check it out. See if it's in alignment from the hip socket. And find your variation of the up swan. Unless you chose sleeping swan earlier, it could change your posture if you'd like. Maybe you have that bolster underneath the hands. Perhaps press out a little bit on those hands to broaden across the chest. If, like me, you're starting to sink. Perhaps again, take your gaze to the center of the forehead. Now, I invite you to explore the neck while the rest of the body remains still. Drop the chin and let the head rise. Again, look down and up. As you engage in this motion, attend also to the lower body. Does it change your experience at all when the head is up or when the head is down? Any change in the stretch sensation or otherwise? Gaze up a final time and inhale. Be sick of that tongue as the head returns to center. It's great for the nervous system. Pause here. in complete stillness, except for the ebb and flow of the breath. Final inhale. And exhale. See if you can slide that left shin out so that the left hip can descend to the ground. Adjust the legs for deer, unless you rather take sleeping swan. Some people like more intense variations. Hands on your hips. So find a position that works for you. Perhaps, again, if you feel off balance, maybe you stick that blanket underneath the pelvis. Decide if you'd like to lean forward to find sensation in through left glute, perhaps down the IT band. So that's what our target areas. So prop as desired and find stillness in your own time. As we work with the hips, sometimes the shoulders start to creep up toward the ears. See if you can breathe into the shoulders, back of the heart. On the exhale, soften. Let them melt as much as you can into the supports beneath you. Take a final inhale and exhale. On the emptiness, begin to rise. Pause at the top. Blink the eyes open. And see if you can move those bolsters out of the way slightly, hands behind the body, or even take that right hand to help that same foot come around. Hands behind you. Maybe you stay still or let the legs loll side to side. You pause on one side and switch. Pause. And then return to center, only so that you can come onto your hands and knees facing the long edge of your mat with the blankets handy if you'd like them. So without blankets, frog looks like this. Widen the knees. Some people have their shins in alignment with the knees, other people a little wider or a little more narrow. You could also do a very wide child's pose as an alternative. So nice wide knees, feet together, and sit back. I'd like to model today the blankets. So one blanket, two blankets, adjust so you think your inseams of your legs will land on them, and then find your frog. Lower down perhaps onto forearms, and this is where maybe a bolster could come in handy under the forearms as an option. Maybe you rock for just a few moments to see where you'd like to land, and then find stillness. It's going to be an intense posture. And notice if with the intensity, the mind becomes active. Assess whether this is too deep or the right place for you. So you might alter the pose slightly or return to the breath as you observe the mind and how the body influences the mind and the mind influences the body. there's tension in the jaw, perhaps wiggle the jaw side to side. See what effect it has on the posture. Longer here. Stay in this kidney meridian line longer as it's associated with winter. Another inhale here. Exhale. Take your time. We've been in this a while. Perhaps if the forearms are on a bolster, they come to the earth, to come out a little bit from wherever you were. And pause. And then maybe rock forward and slowly slide one leg in a little and then the other. And take your time. We've lengthened the fascial tissues here. We want to be gentle. Perhaps you just stay in tabletop. Notice the desire perhaps to bring those legs together, or desire to move. And then have a seat facing a short edge of your mat. You can remove those blankets for now. Extend the legs. And one option, if you feel like the shoulders are tired, because we've had to hold ourselves up a lot in this practice, if you feel like that, you might choose to take caterpillar or our half butterfly for your hamstring lengthener or bladder meridian line. So I just want to offer that in case the shoulders are tired. However, if you'd like to lie on your back and use the strap, we'll take it around the right sole of foot. And slide the hands down the strap and support the leg here with the arms and draw the toes toward nose as much or as little as you wish. Maybe at first, just explore how this feels until you find where you'd like to stay. If you can bring the backs of the arms to the earth, that will help. The opposite leg could go long if you'd like. Notice if the sensation of stretch has changed since the beginning. And release that stretch just slightly. Now, if you are choosing half butterfly, join us on your back and take the bolster to that left-hand side of the mat. And just off to the side here. Wrap around once it's open, be in the left hand. Or you could instead engage in a regular supine rotation with the knee bent. You might sense this down the outer right leg, as well as receiving rotation through thoracic spine. Final inhale here. And exhale to bend that right leg if it's not already bent. Release the strap and stay here for a moment longer. Final inhale. And exhale. As you roll onto your spine, clasping that right leg. Draw it in toward the chest. Give it a nice hug. And hug both knees into the chest. And we'll find the hamstring opener on the opposite side. So if you chose seated, you could roll into your side, come to seated, and lengthen out the opposite leg. Or take that strap around the left foot. Extend that leg to the sky. Other foot can remain planted, or perhaps lengthen opposite leg. Whatever serves here. Explore for just a few minutes. little longer here. See if you can ground the shoulders if on your spine. The sensation up and down that leg as you breathe. Inhale and exhale. If you are seated, roll up through the spine and make your way onto your back. Take that strap around the left foot if it's not already there. Then clasp it in the right hand so that you have a hand free to move any bolsters or pillows over to the opposite side. And do what you need to here. Whatever works for you. And then maybe tick-tock out and across the body. So see how that feels in the hip. Pause, bend the knee, bring the leg over, and then extend that leg. This is too intense. Rebend the leg and have the inseam of the thigh on the bolster, just as you need. Inhale and exhale. As you rebend that right leg, let go of the strap, stay in the rotation. Final inhale. And as you exhale, help that left leg to return and roll into the back. Remove that strap. And time for Savasana. If you'd like to take the pillows or bolsters underneath the backs of the knees, that can be a nice option. Perhaps you cover yourself with a blanket, whatever serves. Final inhale here. And exhale fully. Perhaps invite gentle movements into the body. Maybe you wiggle your fingers and your toes. You have that bolster behind the knees, slide it out and roll onto your favorite side. Notice where you experience the breath. And when you're ready, press yourself up to seated. And perhaps you sit on one of those pillows. Bolsters. A little bit for the neck and the shoulders before we close. Roll the shoulders a few times. And stretch those fingertips away from the body. Lower the head to one side. Take the opposite hand and bring it behind your back. If it feels okay, could slightly turn the chin toward the earth to that same side. Release that arm. Take the head over to the opposite side. And that other hand can come behind the back. So you roll the shoulder open just slightly. If it's available, tip the chin down into that same side. And the head returns to center as you release that arm. Take the arms back behind the body, maybe interlace fingers to open across the chest. Return to center. Take your left palm and press it away from you. The inner wrist is up. That right hand can come to press into the left one, and the left one presses back. So a little bit of counter force here. Protect the wrists. See what effect this has on the breath. And then turn that left hand down, palm toward yourself. More gentle press this time. And then switch. That right hand faces me. Other hand comes to meet it. They both press into one another. And flip the hand, more gentle this time. Nice. That left arm can cross the body. Open the arm. And then switch. Sweep right arm across. Draw the shoulder back into its socket. Open that arm. And then let that go. Sweep both arms up. Side bend over to the right. And to the left. Then return to center. Hands palm to palm. Draw them to your heart. Mm. Another moment here. Just to pause. May all beings be happy. May all beings be healthy. May all beings be at peace. Perhaps say it with me. May all beings be happy. May all beings be healthy. And may all beings be at peace. May all beings be happy. May all beings be healthy. May all beings be at peace. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Perhaps take a little bow. Satnam. Thank you for joining me for this full body yin. Hopefully you feel more at ease. If you like this practice, there's plenty more yins on the channel. It's one of my favorites. So you can check those out and subscribe if you like what you see. Take care.